Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is Osama Sayyid from IslamAfterAhmadiyya.com. Today's video is unfortunately it's not a video that I would have anticipated, but I've been put into a position where I have to create this video. A person by the online name of Ahmadiyya sent me a friend request on Facebook. So approached me to ask and discuss true Islam or even Ahmadiyya or whatever they want. Obviously I know that this person's being sarcastic. They are Ahmadi, this person's Ahmadi, and they have no intention of actually checking out Mirza's writings, because you don't need to contact me for that. You've got Mirza's writings on Islam After Ahmadiyya, you've got it on our videos, and some other brothers and sisters online on Facebook are presenting actual evidence, actual pages of Mirza's writings on screen. So you can read that for yourself. So obviously it's a sarcastic or a non-serious attempt to ask about Islam. Now I'm not a scholar anyway. All I'm presenting is certain pages that prove Mirza Ghulam was not from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what I have. I've never claimed to be a scholar, and I'm not a scholar, and I say right now I'm not a scholar. But what I can prove to you 100% is that Mirza Ghulam was not from Allah. That's what I can prove to you. Alhamdulillah. With Allah's blessing, all the evidence is at our fingertips. And it's all from Ahmadiyya's website, alislam.org. Now this person, and I know this person, you are going to listen to this video. I'm giving you one warning. I'm not going to say your real name on this video just to preserve the tiny little morsel of respect that you have left. You already humiliated yourself on Facebook. You really you think you and your friends or whoever's helping you, whoever Murabbi, I don't know who's helping you, because you keep accusing us of having mullahs when we don't know any mullahs. I don't know any mullahs. You keep forgetting that I'm not Asian. We don't have this word mullah. I don't know what mullah is. Okay, we don't have mullahs. I have no affiliation to any organization or any even sect. I'm just a Muslim. But whoever's been helping you, you probably feel very confident and happy about what you're doing, thinking that this is very successful, you're succeeding in being disruptive. You're doing nothing. You know why? Because if you notice, you're being ignored now. We attempted to answer you because we're trying to treat you like a human being, an intelligent human being. But you clearly you're lacking a level of it. You do not have the level of intelligence required to follow Mirza's writings and actually understand what he's saying. You just have this brainwashed version in your brain, in your head, that Ahmadiyya is true and that's it. And that's probably as well because you're born into it. A lot of people who are born into Ahmadiyya, they've never seen Islam, normal Islam. So they don't understand what normal Islam is. You just have been told what Ahmadiyya is your whole life, and you really think this is true Islam. And your brain cannot accept that Mirza Ghulam could be a false claimant. So you just go on this crazy defensive path that doesn't actually address what we present to you. And the funny thing is, you go out and try to accuse us of not addressing anything. You're the one who keeps saying that, for example, I can't read Urdu. Well, of course I can't read Urdu. I got all this stuff's been translated. When did I ever claim to be Urdu? I'm an Arab person. I do not speak Urdu. The further on from that, you keep saying that Osama follows Maulvis. I don't know any Maulvis. I don't believe I've even ever met a Maulvi. I'm not part of any sect. I'm just a Muslim. I never even was part of a sect before Ahmadiyya, for your information. I never was. We follow Islam. We take all the good of Islam, and anything that's doubtful, we kick it out. We do not follow it. And Mirza Ghulam is 1,000% doubtful. So of course we're never going to follow such an imposter such as him. And then you also get these allegations such as Maulvis are using Osama. What Maulvis? Again, what Maulvis are you talking about? We're presenting the stuff that's from your website. You are the suppliers of the weapon that is being used against you. Alislam.org is the weapon, is supplying us with ammunition against Mirza Ghulam. So if you want to do yourself a favor, maybe you should go tell your people, take this stuff off your website. That would be brilliant, because that will also prove that your organization knows what is written there that is wrong. They know this stuff is wrong, and they do not want this on their website. They don't want everyone exposing Ahmadiyya. But if you're in a lose-lose situation, then you know it. So you come with all your insults. You basically say to us what you're actually doing. You say to me that I'm running, you're the one who's running away because you don't address anything. For example, when I write a detailed comment, you respond to it by saying it's utter rubbish. I've written a detailed comment to you with evidence, accurate, factual evidence that's on a page. Mirza wrote it. I'm just reading out what Mirza has written. You comment by saying utter rubbish. How does that prove it? How have you proved that you're right and I'm running now? How does that prove that you're correct? You haven't addressed any of the points in my detailed comments. You haven't addressed MGA's writings. Keep posting things such as you're lost souls or you're a lost soul. You've got a newly formed sect. You're a selection of people who are blinded and now have formed a new sect in Islam. Don't even know what your sect believes. Well, number one, we don't have a new sect. We're just Muslims because Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ and the Muslims who are around him were just Muslim at the time. There were no sects at that time. So if you want to level that accusation at us, well, you're leveling at Sayyidina Muhammad and his followers, ﷺ, and his followers. So you don't understand how stupid you sound. You sound really hideous and stupid. Now, you get another comment saying, "Dear Osama, kindly tell me which sect you are from." This is like a common theme throughout. What sect was Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ? That's my reply. What sect was the greatest prophet? What sect was he? He was just a Muslim. Another person who is the husband of Amani Mir, saying, "Dear Osama, by asking what sect Prophet Muhammad was, you are denying his sayings and prophecies." How am I denying Sayyidina Muhammad's sayings and prophecies? He was not part of a sect, and he told us to not be divided. We're told not to be divided. We were told not to be divided. Maybe you're not aware of this, because your organization has drilled into you there has to be a sect, and the 73 sects, and one of them is the right sect and all stuff. They drilled it into you that you can't actually think outside of the box. So please go and read that stuff before you carry on with your nonsensical comments towards me. Ahmadis keep saying, "Show me the right path and the true Islam." You have to answer my questions and guide me towards the right path. What questions do you want me to answer? You people are forgetting that we are the ones who left Ahmadiyya. We left based on Mirza's writings. We present Mirza's writings, which are the reasons why we left Ahmadiyya. How on earth can you come to us and start asking us questions now? You look at these writings and you digest those writings and then give your answer if you wish. You don't come to us with further questions. That's illogical. We're not the ones who are preaching to you. You come to us. We never go into any Ahmadi pages. We never go to preach at you. We're not like you or like Jehovah's Witness. We're not like that. We believe that the truth will prevail. And the people who have truth in their heart, they will come and ask questions. The people who have genuine truth, who really think, those Ahmadis who really think that Mirza is really true because they're sincere, they think this guy's an honest guy. Let them come to us and check, and they will see these pages. You can ask us where's the page, but don't come with your other questions. We're the ones who left Ahmadiyya, never forget that. We get this repetitive quote that is copied and pasted by Amani Mir like a lunatic. This person's behaving like a lunatic. And the quote is, "Whosoever dies without recognizing the Imam of his time dies the death of ignorance." Now we have already shown evidence from MGA's writings in which he denies being that Mahdi from from Al-Fatima, the progeny of Fatima radiallahu anha. So the hadith quoted does not refer to Mirza Ghulam, because if he's saying I'm not from this progeny, then that means he is not the man who's supposed to be who's mentioned in the hadith. He is himself telling you I am not that person. So how can you tell me that I'm not recognizing the Imam of this time when he said he's not the Imam of this time? Mirza Ghulam also stated that there could be a Muhammad in future named Muhammad. There could be a Mahdi in future named Muhammad. So therefore, if there could be a Mahdi in future named Muhammad, he therefore is not that Mahdi that is quoted in the hadith. So can you get your brain around that, or is it too difficult for you to understand? He cannot be that person if he's saying there could be one in the future. There could be a Michael Jackson in the future. Therefore, does that mean you are Michael Jackson, my friend? No, it means you're not Michael Jackson. So please understand that. There's only one Michael Jackson, right? Well, there's only one Mahdi in these hadith. It's the personality of the Mahdi is supposed to be one person. He is the Mahdi, he's one person. So if Mirza is saying it's not me, it could be someone in the future, that means it's not Mirza. The Ahmadis tried to say the MJA was talking about general Mahdis and not the Mahdi. Obviously, I've just addressed that. He's talking about a specific Mahdi, and we've addressed this very clearly. We've said that he is not from Al-Fatima, and he obviously cannot be that Mahdi. So when you keep saying to us, recognize the Mahdi, the Imam of his time, then you clearly are not understanding Mirza's own writings, which we encourage you to go and read that. However, you need to read the words from Mirza's writings. He is denying being the Mahdi from the progeny of Al-Fatima. Now that person is the real Mahdi. Obviously it's not Mirza Ghulam. I've repeatedly asked, this person, Amani Mir, especially because this person is the main person who is posting ridiculous, copy and pasting and just spamming, just, trying to inundate the Facebook page, but that's not going to happen. Because if you think you're stubborn, Amani Mir and your friends, we're more focused on answering. We will never give up because we're on the truth. You're not on the truth. This probably hurts you and pierces your heart. You're not on the truth. If you're on the truth, answer the points that we are presenting from your writings, which are the reasons why we left. Answer what we are presenting. Don't come with your rubbish responses. So for example, Mirza wrote, God Almighty has conveyed it to me, that every person to whom my call is conveyed, and who does not accept me is not a Muslim. And who does not accept me is not a Muslim. This is in Tadhkirah, the English Tadhkirah, page 346. What's the Ahmadi response? They respond by denying that Mirza actually called others non-Muslim. It's written in your book. In England, you have a shop called Specsavers. Go to Specsavers, get your vision checked. Because you're looking at the writing and you're coming back and saying, no, it does not say that they're non-Muslim. Read the English Tadhkirah, page 346. It says that they are not Muslim. So a non-Muslim person means what? It means they're non-Muslim. It doesn't mean they're Muslim, it means they're non-Muslim. So your so-called prophet said that other Muslims are not Muslim. He's made them kafir. So you can't deny that. But the crazy thing about people like this, Amani Mir and others like you want to deny that he actually wrote the words that are in front of you, that are on your website, or in your books. So also, what do they ask? They say, if MGA is wrong, then who is the Mujaddid of the 14th century? And also, if I don't believe him, who else should I believe? Who else claimed? Repeatedly ask, who is the right sect? We answer, just follow the Quran and the Sunnah. Stay away from anything doubtful. Ijtanabu shubuhat. And obviously stay away from anything doubtful and falsehood. That's what we answer. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that, because the Muslims at the time of Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ and immediately after his death, when he was no longer there to personally guide them, they did not have any sects. So what did they do? They stayed away from doubtful things and tried to follow the Sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad, the example that he left for them, and the Quran. This is what they did. This is what we're doing. So what is so wrong about what we're doing? Please use your brain and think about this point. Think about this point. Many of the sects, we know there are many sects in Islam, but there's a consensus that the majority of them are within Islam, because none of them have drastically un-Islamic teachings. So they say they're all. So there's no harm, actually, if you think about it, there's no harm in taking the good from every single one of those sects and leaving anything that is doubtful about them. Do you understand that point? Taking the good from all of them. So therefore, if you're going to take the good from all of them, how can you be called one specific sect? You're not. Because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to take all the good. We're trying to be good Muslims, take all the good from all these sects. Because you know what? Every single one of them claims that they're right. And we know that they can't all be right. So we don't want to choose a sect. We want to say, let's take all the good things that make us good human beings, that help us in our ibadah, help us in our doing charitable deeds, help us in our focus in remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, help us in being fair people, help us in spreading justice, unlike the Ahmadiyya organization and people like Amani Mir, who do not spread justice, who spread injustice, because you do not address the truth that we are presenting. We are presenting truth. How are you presenting truth when you're saying run, utter rubbish, all this sort of stuff? How are you presenting truth? Do you not realize, Amani Mir and your friends, do you not realize that you're actually giving us great ammunition? Because all the viewers, you know how many Ahmadis view these things? They view it and they look at your answers and they see that you don't answer anything. They look at our posts And they say, and our colleagues as well, they look at our post and they say, wow, that's a straightforward post with real evidence from Mirza's writings. Let's look at the Amani Mir's response and her friends or her cohorts. Run. Oh, you're running, you don't have an answer, you're lost, may Allah guide you. May Allah punish you. You have not addressed Mirza's writings. Do you get that? Does that compute? Do you digest that information or not? So you've actually proved to the viewers, the Ahmadi viewers, that you have no answer. So thank you very much, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that. Now I carry on with, because I've got pages of this stuff, because obviously, you know, you'll see in the video how much spamming went on and ridiculous answers and accusations, all the things that they're doing to us, they're saying that we're doing to them. Subhanallah. So they might be not addressing something, they say to us that we're not addressing something. They're the ones who are running away from a factual point, they say to us, we're the one that's running. Subhanallah. So, you know, another comment that you'll see in there is that their hearts are sealed. See, you running, good English, you running again. I challenge you, Osama. I mean, why are you challenging me for? Next one, you are running. You have been brainwashed and blinded. And then the next one is having hearts wherewith they understand not, and having eyes wherewith they see not. Now that's you, Amani Mir, and all your friends and your whole Ahmadiyya organization. That is you. That applies to you. Despite repeatedly showing that Mirza denied being that Mahdi, Amani Mir still continues to send me the same hadith. Now obviously I've just spent a few minutes explaining this whole thing, but you know, it's the same thing again. They just keep on saying the same thing. It's hideous. The fact that we have answered but you don't accept it, that's what it is. We have answered it and you don't accept the answer. We tell you this is what Mirza wrote, we're presenting. That's our answer because that's what Mirza wrote. But you do not want to accept it. So you continue to copy and paste the same hadith despite being shown the answer that we've presented to you. Next, again you got the next point. Osama, please run, you are blinded. And all you're really doing is going around in circles presenting the same hadith, even though Mirza said he's not that Mahdi. Now, that's enough talk about that hadith, because I think we've, you know, obviously when you see the screen, the pictures on the screen, you'll see how many times that hadith was mentioned. That's why I've given it a few minutes and I've mentioned it a couple of times now. Another comment, in their hearts is a disease, Allah increaseth their disease. Subhanallah, that is you. Amani Mir, that is you and your friends and your organization. That is you. You have a disease in your heart and Allah increases your disease. You do not want to face the fact that you're following a false claimant, a man that is not even a Muslim. You don't want to realize that. Look at his writings and just face reality. More comments. Please run. Allah will punish you and take my revenge. Ha 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 ha. You joker. You ran. Ha 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 ha. You ran. Now this is so unbelievable. I mean, how many of you, I'm sure most of you will answer this, how many of you have things to do during the day, and sometimes people send you a message when you're just about to leave the house. You're just about to leave the house and you tell someone, I have to go right now, and then they come to you and say you're running. You're actually going to meet your friend, or you're like me on the week, I was going to the beach. I want to leave, I want to go enjoy Allah's beautiful nature that He's put on this earth for us, the beach. I want to go see the sand and the water and look at it. And I'm being accused of running because I'm trying to go to the beach. I've got appointments, I've got things to keep, I'm meeting people. Please broaden your brain and stop being so immature, Amani Mir, you and your friends. Don't be immature. If you want to come at us with facts. Come and address the facts. Otherwise, there's nothing for us to talk to you about. Because you think we can't insult you, we can. But this is supposed to be about spreading the truth. It's very easy for me to insult you. From start to finish, I can make you cry. Amani Mir, I can make you and your friends cry from the insults. I have got that sort of brain, I've got that capability, but Allah commands us to be better people, and this is about Islam. I'm trying to be a good human being here, and I'm not going to give you what you want. I'm not going to insult you. I'm not, however much you've angered me, I'm not going to insult you. And I'm also giving you a chance. I don't want to insult you because maybe one day, Amani Mir, you might realize one day that Mirza Ghulam was a liar. That what we were saying is true. It might not happen today. It might happen in 5 years' time. It might happen on your deathbed. You might say, you know what? I have been deliberately pretending that Ahmadiyya is true because I can't face leaving Ahmadiyya. I can't face the social consequences. I can't face all the Ahmadis who are not going to talk to me anymore. Or your in-laws who are not going to talk to you anymore. That's your problem. But I'm trying to give you a chance. I'm trying to preserve some tiny bit of respect for you. I'm trying to keep your respect. You've already dropped your own respect with your own hands by your responses. I mean, you've shown what sort of person you are with these responses. It actually does not show that you're intelligent at all. I'm sorry, but you've done that to yourself. Intelligent person actually wouldn't even bother with this conversation. You would not have come onto the Facebook and said this stuff if you're intelligent, because you know all it is going to make you look stupid. And if you could think that far forward, you would have realized that you should never have started this on Facebook. But you decided to make it personal. You came on Facebook and did this. You shouldn't have done that. And don't forget as well that you sat there taunting me and saying stuff to me like run for several days. Then I brought up something about when your spouse, and I put my hand on the Quran, when I told him I've got the folder full of printouts from Mirza Ghulam's writings from yourislam.org, and let me show you these writings. Your spouse said what? He said he didn't write those things, and that's not true what you're saying, and I don't need to verify. I said, let me show you. No, you don't need to show me. No, you don't need to show me. No, you don't need to show me. He repeated it, I don't know how many times. This was in an area in West London called Southall, on the main road. I believe it's called Oxbridge Road. On the main road, my car was literally 10 meters away. I said to him, let me take you to my car and show you. He said, no, Mirza did not write this stuff, and you don't need to show me. So basically, you don't need to show me. So I don't need to verify. How can you say he didn't write it if you don't want to look at the pages? Let me show you the pages. Then you can say, no, he didn't write this. But you know your spouse knew this. Now, remember this. I'm not insulting him. I'm saying a fact. I'm saying this is what he did. I'm not calling him a coward or nothing. I'm saying that's what he did. And you have been, and I remember I said this to you several days after. You kept taunting me and saying really disrespectful stuff to me. Now next, got more and more, loads and loads of comments here. Now when they presented with Mirza's writings of where Mirza says he's coming as stronger, more fierce, more complete than Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what did they say? Amani Mir actually says, it is a revelation from Allah. If he has told him this, who are you to ask? Excuse what? What? Excuse me. Excuse me and excuse you. Excuse your whole generation. Do you even know what you just said there, Amani Mir? So basically any junk can be written. Any junk can be written and Mirza claims it's from God and we have to accept it. That's what you're saying. Mirza says he's coming as stronger and more complete than the coming of Sayyidina Muhammad. And we're supposed to accept it because he said it's a revelation from God. What if he said that homosexuality is acceptable? Does that mean you say the same thing? Let's apply that. It's a revelation from God. God told him, who are you to ask? But we know if Christians, Jews, Muslims will tell you that homosexuality is wrong. But he will come and give you a so-called revelation and then you will tell me, who are you to ask? How can you say this, Amani Mir? How can you say this? This is the pinnacle of un-Islamic thinking and un-Islamic behavior. For someone to come and say, this shows how fragile your belief is. Amani Mir, you know what this shows me? This shows me that you're a strong Ahmadi, you're not a strong Muslim. Remember those words. You're a strong Ahmadi, you're not a strong Muslim. From what you said there, for you to say that. Also, what else? When Mirza says that many thrones have descended from the heavens, but his throne is the highest of all. Mirza's throne is the highest of all. Again, you've got the same thing of, who are you to ask because it's a revelation? Amani Mir, we're telling you to question and check that this man actually is a prophet first. Can you verify that he's a prophet first before saying that he is a prophet without checking and saying it is revelation? How can you call it so any guy off the street will come and tell you this is my revelation. How do you know if he's lying or not? You will go and check. Is this guy a real claimant? Let me examine him. What's his personality? What's his claim based on? What is he bringing to my religion? You apply those questions to Mirza and you'll see that he's doing nothing for Islam. It's a family business. That's all he's done. He got his fame. He got his money. That's all he did. And he got all you sad people to cut your family members off and fight amongst each other. And fast forward to 2015, we've got people like yourself spamming, copying and pasting, wasting your days all the way through the night, because I know the time difference between where I am right now and you're in England. So we know the time difference. You're going all the way through the night with your spamming comments. May Allah guide you. And I really mean that. You say it sarcastically, I really mean it. I say, may Allah guide you, because that's the whole point of what we're doing. We're sincerely trying to offer you this evidence. We're not spreading hate. We've never ever said, attack Ahmadis, attack them. We've never ever said, attack their mosque. We've never ever said anything that resembles any violence or hatred towards Ahmadis, because we want Ahmadis to see the truth about Mirza Ghulam of Qadian. We want them to be our brothers and sisters in Islam. And you know what, Ahmadi Mir, despite everything you've done to me, I want you to be my sister in Islam one day. And maybe one day you will be. Maybe one day you will be, and you remember these words. Now, I move on again. Again, you'll see on your screens, oh my God, you are so dumb. Ahmadi Mir, have some shame. You're a female. You know, what do you want me to respond to? Do you want me to insult you? I'm not going to insult you. Even if you're a male, actually, I'm not going to insult you, because that's, I believe, you know, that's part of, you know, what you want, and I'm not going to give that to you. You know, so I mean, you know my personality, you know me personally. You know, I can respond, and I've got a lot of things that I could say. But I don't lose focus that this is about spreading the truth. This is not about Osama Sayyid versus Ahmadi Mir. This is not about Osama Sayyid versus any individual. This is about presenting, forget me. I'm just a vehicle. I am just a vehicle presenting Mirza Ghulam's writings. That's what I am, and our colleagues are the same thing. We're just a vehicle. We're just presenting the pages for you. And obviously, when we read these pages to you and we explain these pages to you, we are so disgusted by it. So we find it compulsory to tell you that Mirza Ghulam is not a Muslim. You have to understand that. Don't take things personally. We have never addressed any Ahmadi personally. We're talking about your figureheads, yes, your leaders and stuff, but never individuals. You've come to me as an individual. You can carry on doing it if you want. I'll make a further video if you want to carry on. You're only really helping us, because many Ahmadis are actually watching this, and they're seeing honestly what a fool you're making of yourself. So please, you know, try to stop making a fool of yourself. You know, obviously I've just mentioned the one of, oh my God, you're so dumb. The next one is, you are all dumb, or you all dumb, sorry, that's what it says. You resemble the Dajjal. Ahmadi Mir, have you seen a picture of Mirza Ghulam? Have you seen a picture of one of his eyes open and one eye closed, yeah? The Dajjal also has one eye open, one eye closed. We don't resemble the Dajjal in our behavior or our appearance. Mirza Ghulam did resemble the Dajjal from his behavior, because he came and polluted Islam and told you this is the true Islam, but he polluted Islam for you. And he's also got one eye closed all the time. And also, you know, taking opium, drinking arak, which is a very high concentration alcoholic drink. You know, all these sort of things. I mean, you know, I can go on and on. You can look at our videos that you claim to have watched, but obviously you don't address anything. You can go watch it if you want to see our facts, the facts that we present to you. Now, Ahmadi Mir, instead of addressing the writings on Facebook page, discussing topics, instead went to the Islam After Ahmadiyya Facebook page and spammed copy and paste responses, which do not actually address the writings of Mirza. The Islam After Ahmadiyya Facebook page is not a discussion page. Any of the people who visit that page will know that. There's not really a discussion. We just post information about Mirza Ghulam. We post his writings. Let me repeat that. We post primary source information. There's no debating. There's no give and take with other people on that. The Facebook page that is under the name Bobby Muhammad, that is the Facebook page where the discussion takes place. So we blocked your spamming messages, so we had to block your username, Ahmadi Mir. So when you block someone on the Islam After Ahmadiyya page, what happens? Obviously you don't know, because you've accused me of running and deleting your messages. Facebook deletes all your messages. Facebook deletes all your messages. You're upset about that, go and complain to Facebook. Say, excuse me, I copied and pasted so many answers to Islam After Ahmadiyya on their page. How come we deleted it? Tell them, why did you do this for? We didn't do that. We blocked you and everything got deleted. But go to the Bobby Muhammad page and you'll see that all your responses are still there. So how have we hidden your answers and your responses? Scroll, you have to scroll down and up, because obviously you've spammed so much. You know, people are, people are struggling to find where we've written responses. We put your points and then we put our answers after it. If you look at it, you will see what you've said, and then we give you the answer after it. Go and check it, please. Fear Allah. Fear Allah on a day that He will punish you severely, Ahmadi Mir, you and your organization. Please fear it, and I don't say it with enmity towards you. I'm telling you genuinely. Genuinely, you are not following the truth. You are being so devious. You're being so dishonest. You're being so dishonest. You are lying all the time, but you say to us that we are liars. Fear Allah and stop saying to us what you are doing. You are lying. Don't say we're lying. You are the one who's lying. Fear Allah. Speak the straight word. You're acting like a snake. Your conversation, Your speech is like a snake. Left and right, slipping under and up, under and above, left and right. We are here, you've come to us, we present you with information, please address it or do not come here. We did not seek you out, we did not go and find you, Amani Mir, you and your friends. We did not come and look for you. Understand that point. An example of Amani Mir's response, when we present that Bashir ad-Din said it's okay for a Muslim to marry a mushrik Hindu, what was Amani Mir's response? Response was, coming soon. Your response is coming soon. What does that mean, Amani Mir? It means you don't have no answer and you don't want to say what is in your heart. Your true your instantaneous reaction, which is what? This is wrong. You know this is wrong. Because Amani Mir, just think about it right now. One Muslim goes and marries a Hindu woman, alright? And you're not going to force the Hindu woman to become Muslim, right? Because you're just saying it's alright to marry a Hindu. So you're not obviously going to force her to be a Muslim. So this Hindu woman starts raising your child with all those Hindu gods, statues around the place, doing all their Hindu rituals. How is that child supposed to be a Muslim? How is that child going to have a solid foundation in Islam when they have been raised amongst polytheistic belief? How? You have to understand that point. Please understand it. So therefore, this is wrong. You know, we can only marry Christians. The man can marry a Christian or a Jewish woman. Obviously, or a Muslim woman. Obviously, Muslim man and woman can marry each other. No problem. We cannot marry mushriks. Even if you want to say to me that, oh, they used to believe in one God. What do they believe in now? At the time Bashir ad-Din said this comment, they were polytheistic belief with all their statue gods everywhere. So that means what sort of Islamic point is he saying? What sort of Islamic point is he saying for you to say that you can marry those people? We respect Hindus for what they are, but we know we can't marry them. We don't have any hatred or nothing. We don't agree with their belief, just like they don't agree with our belief. But we can't marry them. Look at the fallacy in your Bashir ad-Din's point. Look at him. Look at him. How can you have respect for this man? So please address it. There is no coming soon, you know. I look forward to your coming. It's going to be quite a funny coming soon. It's going to be like all your other stuff. Run, all that sort of stuff, right? Are you doing an advert for Nike or what? You doing an advert for Nike trainers? Run. Unbelievable stuff. Maybe you're doing an advert for gym or something. Anyway, you know, we also present you with the filthy language that Mirza wrote. What did you, Amani Mir, you copied and pasted another portion of Mirza Ghulam's writings. That doesn't address it. You quoted, I say truly, absolutely truly, that I have not, to the best of my knowledge, even used one word which can be called abusive. Well, we presented it to you, Amani Mir. We showed it from his book. It's from your website. What is wrong with you? It's from your website. It shows that he said this. Your so-called prophet said this. Now, if he's saying that to his best of his knowledge that he didn't use an abusive word, that means he's a liar, or what? Or he's severely mistaken, or maybe he was on drugs. He's opium. So he completely forgot that he said such things. Please lower, get off your high horse. Stop being arrogant, and just honestly, just appraise Mirza's writings. Look at his rude language, and say to yourself, if he's written bad language here, how can I nullify it by a statement of his which says he never said anything rude? How can we nullify it? It doesn't nullify it. If you call someone a son of a so-and-so, and then you come afterwards and say, you know what, to the best of my knowledge, I've never sworn at anyone. Are you going to accept that this person never sworn at anyone? You're going to say, no, excuse me, sir. You called that person so-and-so, and it's written down with your own hand, your own book. It's the same thing with Mirza Ghulam. So by you quoting this quote that we just mentioned, it will be on your screen, does this address when Mirza says haramzada? No. Does it address when Mirza says the wives of my enemies are worse than bitches? No, it doesn't. Does it address when he says, "Oh, Aryas, go jump in a well and drown to death"? Does it address that? No, it doesn't. You've got the quote on your screen. Think about it. At the end of my comments on the Bobby Muhammad discussion Facebook page, I stress again, the discussion Facebook page, not the Islam After Ahmadiyya Facebook page, I have stated clearly, obviously after dealing with all the spamming and roundabout answers that were wasting so much time. I mean, I have a job, I have a life, I have a wife, I've got things I want to achieve in my life, I've got hobbies as well, okay? So please understand this, you're sitting there spamming, I'm not going to waste my time on you. I'm going to try with you for a while, but afterwards, when I see you're not addressing anything that I'm telling you, I have to leave you be, right? Okay, so I suggested that if my comments were not addressed, and if Mirza's writings are not addressed, if spamming of irrelevant comments continues, or if they continue to go round and round in circles, then such people should be blocked, because the discussion is not going anywhere and it is simply wasting time. This is what I said. Now this is, anybody can agree with me and say that that's a fair point. You're wasting I'm not going to waste my life on you if you're not. Remember again, I remind you again, we are the ones who left Ahmadiyya, and we are trying to alert people who are getting falsely sucked into this false belief. Be they normal, non-Muslim people or Muslim people. We are not going to rest until we make sure we do our part to stop this organization sucking in innocent people. Because you know what? You may not care if they leave your belief and become atheists because they realize what a false claim, what a disgusting claim that Mirza Ghulam was. But we care. We care, and we will cry. We have tears coming from our eyes saying that they missed out on experiencing real Islam because Mirza Ghulam got to them first. Ahmadiyya got to them first and poisoned them so much that they said, you know what, this whole thing's a joke. And they therefore end up trying to say that, astaghfirullah, a'udhu billah, that Sayyidina Muhammad was not a genuine claimant. This is what your organization does to people. You know? So, you know, how can you also say comments such as, why am I making videos? I've just explained to you that. Number one, I got conned into Ahmadiyya. I got conned. This organization, Ahmadiyya, right? Your organization just said, we follow the Sunnah and we just have the Mahdi. Well, that doesn't sound harmful at all, especially when I'm one of those people who always used to read things about the Mahdi and the end of time, and I always had an interest in it. So when you tell me we follow the Sunnah, and obviously I'm not Asian, I'm not from Pakistan, I don't know that you're already declared kafir, because whether I agree with your government or not, right? Well, I mean, obviously Ahmadiyya is not Islam, that is outside Islam, right? But I'm not going to say I agree with your government because maybe they have methods that I don't agree with. But I'm telling you something. If I knew or heard at least that they call you kafir before I became Ahmadi, I would have researched even more. I probably would have gone deep and deep and deep and found, and I wouldn't have joined. But you know what? Allah blessed me actually. Allah blessed me to let me join this false belief. You know why, Amani? I'll tell you why. Because now I've got a flame within me that you or anyone in your organization can put out. This flame to spread the truth about your disgraceful false prophet and your disgraceful organization, Ahmadiyya. Alright? That's the blessing for me, because I get to earn the sawab of Allah. I get to earn the blessings. I get to get more hasanat. So when I go to die, I get to have all this positive on my side, that I tried my hardest to help people leave the falsehood, leave the false Islam that is called Ahmadiyya. So thank you organization for that. But the fact is, I will always make videos about this. I got deceived by you. Many other people got deceived by you. Many people don't have the courage to make videos. Alright? They don't have the courage to come publicly and say stuff. I do. I was not born an Ahmadi. You don't know me. You don't understand my personality. You'd have to put a bullet in my head to stop me. Do you understand that point or not? So you can carry on with all your comments. Carry on saying everything. Means nothing. You know why? Because I'm not taking it as personally as you want me to take it. Because this is about Ahmadiyya and revealing the truth about Ahmadiyya and Mirza Ghulam. This isn't about you trying to insult me and me trying to get one back at you. I can easily insult you, but I'm not going to do that. This is not about that. So you guys, you know, when you sit there thinking, why are you making videos? How come you've got MTA? How come you've got MTA International Television, MTA Online, alislam.org? You've got all these centers of Ahmadiyya in so many countries because you've got so much money coming in from your your donors, giving you so much money. You're able to open. It's not God's blessing on our things before you try and get into that. How come you get to spread your falsehood and you come to me when I'm spreading the truth about your organization? I don't say one lie. I don't say one lie. I show the page on screen whenever I say an evidence about Mirza Ghulam. I show the page or evidence about your organization. I show it from your publications. How dare you try to make it out that I cannot say this? How dare you? Who do you think you are? Who's your organization think it is? Do you think you can go around and deceive people and you want them to shut up? No, your organization can shut up. That's what your organization can do. We will never stop. Put a bullet in my head if you want to stop me. So instead of addressing, I'll come back again to what you're going to see on screen. Instead of addressing each of my comments, Amani, Mir and Co, they basically spammed irrelevant comments as expected. I mean, you'll see it on screen. You have to see it to believe it. You have to see it to believe it. And this is obviously the big reason why I've made this video, because you have to see it's pages and pages, tens of pages of spamming. These spamming messages, they did not address any of my comments or my colleagues even who are on Bobby Muhammad's Facebook discussion page. You know, I know for sure that they only present evidence. They don't come and present lies. I know this because I've seen what they present. They didn't address any of Mirza's writings, and it just keeps going around in circles. Now, we have banned Amani Mir from Islam After Ahmadiyya's Facebook page because we're not going to allow spamming there. That page is an information page only. Facts go on there. Primary sources go on there. No discussion. We may give our reflection upon that primary source, but it's not for anyone actually to come and sit there discussing things, especially if you're going to spam it. Sit there copying and pasting, because that's an old tactic. This spamming tactic is an old tactic. Maybe you guys who are doing it, you think this is a new thing, and the watchers, the viewers are not going to realize. You think that you're just like diverting the attention, don't you? You think they don't know what you're doing? No, we all know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. It's very obvious what you're doing, but the truth is there, because people who want to know the truth will just scroll and look at our comments, and then they'll look at what you've written as a response, and they'll say, oh, these Ahmadis are not answering nothing. In fact, you humiliated yourself. So well done for doing our job for us. So basically, we also have to make it clear to these people, when someone is banned from Facebook, right, from someone's Facebook page, all their comments are deleted automatically. So I'm not going manually and deleting it, because you're blocked on this thing, you're banned on it. Everything you write does not show up, okay? And I thank Facebook for that, because I don't have the time to sit here wasting my time on you. Now, just as a side point, another, you'll see on screen again, this was written, directed towards us here. What happened to the leaders who, obviously, I know you're going to think, this point doesn't make sense, but this is how it's written. What happened to the leaders who instigated this matter on an international level? So what happened with Bhutto, Zia al-Haq, Muammar Gaddafi, Shah Faisal, Saddam Hussein, Yasser Arafat? Now, how did they all die and none of them died a natural death? That's the point that this Ahmadi is making. If anyone is listening to this, you're probably sitting there like thinking, are you high? No, the listener is going to think, is he high? Not me, you. You're thinking, did you really hear that? Yeah, you did hear that. This person actually said Saddam Hussein. This person actually said Yasser Arafat, Muammar Gaddafi. I'm not going to talk about Bhutto and Zia al-Haq because that's from Asia. I'm not really going to comment too much on Asia, but I know the Arab stuff. You want to talk about Saddam Hussein? You really show your lack of understanding of world matters. Let alone Ahmadiyya, you don't understand anything about Mirza's writings that we're presenting to you, the writings that we're showing. Oh, you know very well when he says to you, I didn't say any insults. Yeah, you know those things, but you don't know the stuff that we're showing you. And you also don't know much. You see, I'm not trying to insult, I'm saying you're true. You don't know much about worldly matters. You don't know much about international politics or international law. You probably have these Ahmadiyya glasses on, and you probably take whatever Mirza Masroor tells you in his Friday speeches. He probably tells you that some viewpoint on some international event, and you just take that point. How can you bring Saddam Hussein into this? What is wrong with you? Saddam Hussein was killed by the invading forces because they wanted to control Iraq. Alright? I mean, I can't believe I'm going into this topic here. I'll go into it for a few seconds. They wanted to control Iraq. They wanted to control Iraq's central bank. They wanted to control Iraq's oil supply. They wanted to control all natural resources by Iraq. They wanted to control the rebuilding of Iraq, the construction rebuilding, the hospital administration, the supply of car dealerships, all this stuff. It's too much for you to understand. Your brain is probably exploding right now. You're not understanding anything I'm saying, because the problem is that you don't have enough knowledge in this area. You don't have enough knowledge. That's how you made a fool of yourself and say Saddam Hussein. The same thing with Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi was killed, and the whole revolution, the so-called revolution, Arab Spring that happened in Libya, this was all orchestrated by external forces. Libya is in a worse state, 20 times worse state than it was under Muammar Gaddafi. It's much worse. The Libyans now actually saying, you know what,
Could we please bring back Muammar Gaddafi, because this is utter chaos now. It's same thing in Iraq. Major international political commentators have stated that Iraq will never ever be the same again. It will never be stable. You know why? Because the invading forces made the Sunnis and the Shias hate each other, and they gave the Alawis also their area as well and their control. So what does that happen? Divide and conquer. They've divided Iraq. Iraq will never be strong again. Alright? Now that's something from the people that you love, your colonialist rulers, the ones that you thought were just in India, according to Mirza. Mirza said he'll give his mal and jan for them. It's the same thing, divide and conquer. Britain did the same thing in India, divide and conquer. They divided all the religions and played them off against each other. And we've made a video on that, which you probably have never even watched. And if you have watched it, nothing went into your mind. You just completely ignored everything. Now, I addressed each copy and paste response from Islam after Ahmadiyya page and I presented it on the Facebook discussion page. Amani Mir's comment is above, my reply is underneath. Again, I will say, Amani Mir's comment is above, my reply is underneath. I showed that you did not address Mirza's writings, but you just posted the Ahmadiyya rhetoric. Okay? Now your next, another thing on screen, another one of your comments. Go read the real page like we all did. Stop your utter lies. What your videos are showing and what your screenshots are saying are total opposites. What a liar you are, Amani Mir. You are a liar. You're a straightforward liar. You want to talk about Dajjal? You're acting like the Dajjal. For you to say that what we present on the screen is not what we're actually, that's coming out of, for example, my mouth is specifically my mouth, then you're a liar. Fear God, Amani Mir, you and your colleagues and whoever is telling you that I'm a liar. Fear Allah. Because we pride ourselves, alhamdulillah, the one thing that has got people to listen to us, and we have helped so many people leave your false belief, is that they trust and they know we're not lying. Because you know what? They go and get translators like I did. Professional translators. To read, and they find out that we're not lying, and they say, oh my God, no, I was an Ahmadiyya all my life, I've left now. They never showed me this stuff, they hid all these pages from me. Thank you for showing me these pages. That's all we're doing, showing these pages. So how dare you say that I'm a liar? You're the one who's lying now. You're lying about me being a liar. Maybe that's too much for you again, because I know, you do struggle to follow a lot of details, and this video has probably gone above your head, it's too much details. So this is another warning. This video, I'm coming to the end of the video now, but this is a warning to you and your friends. And I've done a separate video for Ansar Raza, by the way, which you can go and see. Ansar Raza, the person that I've got absolutely no respect for as a scholar, I've got no respect for him. I mean, I don't actually have much respect for him as a human being. For someone who says he's not responsible for what he says, that is beyond pathetic. If he went to court and said to a judge, Your Honor, I'm not responsible for what I say, he would be laughed at, and the judge would say, you know what, this person should be acquitted of charges, but put him in an insane asylum. That's what they'll say to him, because he thinks he's not responsible for what comes out of his mouth. That means his brain, there's something wrong with his brain. And that's what Ansar said. I've got no respect for him. So I know you and your friends have gone and started this, because Ansar Raza has only recently started contacting us, and this is no problem at all. Go and bring all your missionaries. I'll say the same thing to them like I said to Ansar Raza. Answer what we are showing you. Don't bring what you want to present. Answer what we're showing you. We left Ahmadiyya. We present this evidence to you saying that this proves Mirza's not true. You then have to rebut that information. Otherwise, do not come to us with any comment or any information. You'll be ignored. You will be ignored. And I say this, a further point now I want to say is that Amani Mir, you made this personal. Listen to my voice very clearly. You made this personal. I'm not going to bother answering anything on Facebook. You carry on. You can say you run. Do your Nike advert, Reebok advert, Adidas advert. Go get Usain Bolt. Get any of these people to run in your advert and say that's Osama running. Do whatever you want. You can do all these silly comments. I'm not going to respond to you, because I've answered everything that you've said, and I've presented to you points about why we've left Ahmadiyya. Alright? So I'm not going to answer it. So say what you want, I'm not going to answer it. You've already had your time, you had your chance of several days, and all you did was spam, and you're the one who ran. You like that? It rhymes. All you did was spam, and all you did, you're the one who ran. So if you want to be honest with yourself, be honest and write an accurate, honest answer. If you have a problem with leaving Ahmadiyya, then that's your problem. Don't try and project your problem onto your other family members or myself or other people who have left Ahmadiyya. Don't project your fears onto them. You're the one who's got fears of facing the truth. You're the one who has it. Ahmadi Mir, you and your people, you're stuck within a cult, alright? You're stuck within a cult. You're handcuffed. You've got too many barriers for you leaving, alright? But we will help you if you want to leave. We will offer support to you if you want to leave. That's if you want to leave, we will offer you support. And you will actually see that we're actually decent human beings, alhamdulillah. We never intentionally do anything wrong to people, unlike what you're actually doing here with Facebook. You're intentionally lying. You're intentionally misrepresenting facts. And you're saying that we're doing that. Fear Allah. Fear Allah, Ahmadi Mir, you and anyone who's helping you. And always remember this point. This is not a personal thing. That's why I'm not coming back at you and trying to insult you. I know you've insulted me. I haven't forgiven you yet. I don't think I can forgive you, to be honest, because you deliberately done this. You shouldn't have done this. But I have not forgiven you, and I may forgive you in the future. Allah knows. May Allah open my heart to forgive you for all of this aggravation that you are causing on Facebook. And you've also hijacked the discussion page, Bobby Muhammad's discussion page. This is meant to be for intelligent discussion, give and take, with an intelligent response. Give an intelligent response. But you can't write what you're writing and expect that anyone's going to respect you or your comments. This brings me to the end of the video. This is Osama Sayyid from Islam After Ahmadiyya saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.